Hi, my name's Cory. I'm doing my speech on cyberbullying, what it is, and why you should be concerned about it. Slide 2, my introduction slide. According to www.antibullyingpro.com, there has been an 87% increase in the number of child lines counseling sessions about online bullying. These young minds are being harassed, and those responsible need to be aware of how this type of bullying is affecting these victims, and you need to be aware on the seriousness of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying happens to people of all ages, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, news website, comment sections, text messages, etc. We live in a digital age, so it can happen anywhere. It is a serious problem that has caused people to take their own lives, even including children. I've personally seen cyberbullying occur. I'm on a local Facebook page where I live. We have a neighborhood watch page, and this probably in her 40s posted something about a kid going through the neighborhood quick and posted his license plate. And eventually the people on Facebook turned on her, and they ended up finding her address, saying if your kids are outside, I'm going to attack them, and harass them like you're harassing this kid, and just got way out of control. So it doesn't just happen to children, it can happen to anybody. The internet is an amazing tool, but it can also be used for harm. Moving on to slide 3, what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place using electronic technology. This includes cell phones, computers, tablets, and any other communication tools. Some websites I want to list: social media, Facebook, not so much MySpace anymore since it's kind of dead. Text can happen in text messages, online chat rooms, and other websites. What makes it different than normal bullying is it can happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. When you think of quote normal bullying, you can escape it if it's happening at school, at work. As soon as you get home, you can feel safe and feel like you're not being harassed. But cyberbullying, they can find you anytime, anywhere. You can wake up at 2 in the morning, have text messages with hateful comments and just rude things, and I think that makes it a whole different beast. Then there's sexting. I'm sure we've all heard of that. It's popular with the kiddos, but it's a serious thing. All it is you have two people and you're sending either nude or semi-nude pictures to each other. And it's mostly common with couples. But what happens when those couples break up? What are the consequences of these pictures ending up on the internet? And how can this affect those involved on a personal level? That was slide 3, and now on slide 4. What are the consequences of cyberbullying? According to NoBullying.com, statistics show 24% of high school students aged between 14 and 17, and 33% of college students between ages 18 and 24 have one time or another sent nude or semi-nude photos to another person. So I read also on that website, if these photos get in the hands of the authorities, those individuals that are under 18 can actually be charged with distributing and possessing child porn. Do they know that? If you have teenage children, do they know the seriousness of that? It's something to look out for, and make sure they're aware, and make sure, hey, if you're sending nude pictures, you probably should stop. This is why. Another reason, once those pictures end up on the internet, anyone can see them. So you have two people here, one breaks up with the other, the one that's mad, the one that maybe initiated the breakup or was broke up on is upset, and they happen to have nude pictures of the other individual. They can do whatever they want with them. They can put them on Facebook, they can put them on other internet websites, and then once they have your picture, it's not hard for them to track down who you are. So that's some scary stuff, so make sure you're aware of what your kids are doing. And adults do it too, so just know the consequences. You can also be charged with a crime if you're over 18. I want to go over a story of a young girl who was affected by cyberbullying and actually took her own life. The story of Megan Mayer sums up the consequences of cyberbullying quite nicely. She has a foundation. I went to her website and read a little bit about her. It's www.meganmeyerfoundation.org. It gives a description of how a simple MySpace relationship led to the suicide of a 13-year-old girl. Megan is quoted in a conversation with her mother saying, "They are posting bulletins about me. Megan Meyer is a slut. Megan Meyer is fat." So this started off, she met an individual named Josh on MySpace, and he was nice to her. She wasn't very popular in school, and they really got along well. So she kind of got sucked into that life, like, oh, this guy really likes me. Well, it turns out he was actually targeted her just to pick on her because she was one of the young cool kids. So he got her all like in love with him, and then just started posting horrible, nasty comments about her. This led to her, 13-year-old girl, probably just going through puberty, brain's not developed, all kinds of crazy emotions. So this led to her really breaking her heart. So she let her mom know, and her mom was actually not home at the time. She was out, I think, getting a prescription or something, but she was out there doing that. So they were on the phone. She said, "You just need to get off that website. Stop. It's bad for you soon." Megan just wanted her to know she loves this guy and she can't just quit. So in her mind, her life was devastated, and her mom just thought, well, just get off it. It's easy. So unfortunately, Megan took this to heart, and even though her mother was home, it was Megan's mom and dad were talking in the kitchen, and her mom had like a sinking feeling in her stomach, and then she went upstairs and Megan hung herself. So this all came from cyberbullying. She was picked on. Basically, the whole school saw this bulletin and just thought she was a slut and all that, and she just couldn't take it. Some scary stuff. Could Megan's mother have done something differently? I don't know. So I want to persuade you guys to maybe do some research on cyberbullying and just know how do you approach that if your kid is on there, even if it's happening to you. So maybe you can approach it the right way. So I'm going to go over slide 5, how do you approach cyberbullying. It's a serious crime that needs to be addressed. I found 5 steps I thought were pretty helpful on www.wikihow.com. So it starts with, it's 5 steps. It starts with, so if you're being cyberbullied, save the messages that are sent to you. Do not participate with them, so don't let them get a rise out of you. If they say, oh, you're fat, like, oh, I'm not fat, just ignore them, and maybe they'll go away. Identify who the individual is. When you're cyberbullied, most of the time it's someone you know, but it can be someone you don't know, so do your best to identify them. Approach them if possible. Chances are they're not nearly as tough face-to-face as they are on the internet. And then, if that doesn't help, pursue legal action. If it's serious enough, they can get jail time, they can get fines, and you can maybe ruin their life instead of them ruining yours. Advice: monitor your internet use of your children. Make sure don't have any weird messages on Facebook, or they're not in any weird chat rooms. Just know what they're doing, and then limit their internet use as well. And also just educate them. Let them know, hey, if you're getting bullied, or you feel like you're getting bullied or picked on, let me know. If they're younger children, chances are it's one of their people at school, and you can find that person that's bullying's parents and go talk to them. And that's going to probably stop it right there. So just do your best to just know what they're doing and make sure you take it seriously. In conclusion, the internet is an amazing tool, but it can be used for harm as well. First, I explained what cyberbullying is. It comes in many forms. Second, I went over the consequences of cyberbullying and how it ended the life of Megan Meyer. And finally, I gave advice on how to approach it. Know what your kids are doing on the internet and know how to approach cyberbullying if it occurs. It does not only affect children, it does affect adults as well, but just be aware how serious it is and do your best to approach it the right way and don't ignore it because it's a serious problem. Thank you for listening to my speech. Have a good day.